Hello everyone, I am Saimukul. I am a student of English Care. Today I am here to talk about the inspirational story of a great legend, Baba Harbhajan Singh. However, you may not know the name or you may not heard of the name, but he is an Indian Army soldier, but he died. However, he died at an early age of when he was 22, but his service to the Indian Army was inspirational and he was a great friend and he was a great Indian army soldier. And he was born on in Punjab and it was Sadrana place. However, he had a patriotic. However, he was 5 years old. He had a patriotic to serve the nation. He wanted to serve the nation at an early age, but he can't get into the Indian army at an early age. So around the age of 18 or 15, and it was the 19th century, and he went to the Indian army, and he was given the post of protecting the Indo-China boundary. However, the China thought of conquering some Sikkim territories, and his work was to defend the China from conquering the Sikkim territories, as it was India's places. And he was protecting the Indo-China boundary, and he was well dressed. He was the one man in the Indian army in the 19th century who was well dressed, who was perfectly disciplined, and who served truly to the Indian army. And as he was doing his work, and one day it was August 4, and he was given the work to ride on a horse to check about the Sikkim territories, whether the China conquered them or to protect the Sikkim territories. He went into the white horse. It was 19th century, and he went there. And at night, the soldiers got a message that Harbhajan Singh had not received to the Indian army place, and they were searching for Harbhajan Singh. And there were many soldiers talking about whether he may have died or he would have, or he may have did any. He may have been killed by some other people. But the Indian Army, the highest authority officers were not ready to believe this. But after days later, and Harbhajan Singh hasn't returned yet. But one day at night, he returned to the place. But he didn't return as a man. He returned as a spiritual body. As he returned, one soldier's dream, Harbhajan Singh, he dreamed that Harbhajan Singh came in this dream and told that be perfect, be punctual, be disciplined, and be well dressed, and serve your true authority to the Indian army. And it was told that the when the officers don't dress well or don't behave in a punctual manner, they would get beaten. But they don't know who beat them. It might be Harbhajan Singh, as he died at an early age, and some Indian army soldiers who was not well dressed, they may fall off. They don't know who made them to fall off, but some people believe that it might be the spiritual of Harbhajan Singh. But till date, we don't know what happened, how did they fall down, how did they get beaten, and they are doing all the things. And the Indian army, he died at the age of 22, and it was the year of 1968. And he went back, and some years later, the Indian army started building a temple, and the people believe that, and people see him as a god, referring to as a deity, as they were devoting to him, as he was the most important soldier in the Indian army in the 19th century. And the Indian higher authorities made even a bed and a perfectly ironed coat. They will maintain the coat and iron it daily, as they believe that Harbhajan Singh likes it, and they make a bed for him to sleep every day, as they would see that Harbhajan Singh will come every day to the tent and sleep there. But before this incident happened, and it was the 19th century, and when they found Harbhajan Singh's body, they found that it was stuck into a V shape and he died there. But in the Indian army's dream, it was told that Harbhajan Singh should be buried where he was seen died, and he was buried at the place. And he also requested the Indian army to build a tent near him, where he would spend his after long time spending his time with the tent and always protecting the Indo-China boundary with a white horse. And the China armies, the soldiers had reported the Indian soldiers that they were seeing a man in a white horse with a gun, so with a sword, in the protecting the Indo-China boundary. They complained this to the Indian army many times, but they told that they had not. But they told that no soldier has been to the place yet. But it was three times happened like this, and it was the Harbhajan Singh. But people believe that it might be Harbhajan Singh protecting the Indo-China boundary. But till we don't know what happened. But however, we don't know about the full history of him. But he served as a good Indian army soldier to the country. So, like people like him, Harbhajan Singh should serve to the Indian army. If people like him born in later centuries, our Indian army will become strong. Thank you. Have a nice day.